And you know what? I already know why I already know I didn't want her to do this because this is what a motherfucker wants.
Y'all, Offset is stirring up attention once again, especially now that Cardi B and Stefon's relationship has taken a big step forward, leaving him looking pressed while she continues to move on. After Cardi welcomed her baby with Stefon, many people assumed Offset would quietly keep his distance, but instead he's been acting unpredictable and adding unnecessary drama to a situation he's no longer part of. Rumors are now circulating that Cardi is completely over the chaos and ready to shut things down for good if he keeps pushing boundaries. While social media loves to exaggerate, the talk online is that Cardi has no interest in revisiting old issues and wants to protect her peace now that she has a newborn and a fresh start. Offset's behavior hasn't helped his case either. Every few days, something new pops up that makes it obvious he's not handling the lifestyle shift as gracefully as people expected. Fans quickly recalled his past comments claiming he won and that Cardi would eventually return to him, but the reality looks very different now that Cardi has a new chapter, a new partner, and a new baby. Of course, some people are still skeptical of Stefon, saying he reminds them of an Offset 2.0, but that conversation is a whole separate debate. What really had social media buzzing were the recent rumors that Cardi and Stefon might be engaged after people spotted a ring on her left hand in the photo announcing her baby's birth. The internet immediately exploded with theories about weddings, blended families, and surprise announcements. Cardi's team stepped in to shut down the talk, telling TMZ that the ring was not an engagement ring, but fans weren't entirely convinced because Cardi is known for keeping major life updates private until she's fully ready to share. Whether the ring means something or nothing at all, what is clear is that Cardi is focusing on her family, her career, and her own happiness, not the noise from her past. Meanwhile, Offset seems to be having a harder time letting go, and the more he reacts publicly, the more people believe he hasn't fully accepted that Cardi has moved forward. While the online drama continues to swirl, the only thing certain is that Cardi appears done with the negativity, and if the speculation about her patience wearing thin is true, Offset may want to calm things down before the situation gets even more complicated.
And you know what? I already know why I already know I didn't want her to do this because this is what a motherfucker wants.
Cardi B has always been known for keeping major moments in her life private, so it wasn't surprising when people pointed out that no one knew she and Offset were married until months after it happened, and even then, the public didn't see photos for almost a year. Her relationship with Stefon has been even more low-key, with both of them taking extra steps to stay out of the spotlight. The only reason the public even learned about their connection was because Offset, feeling emotional and frustrated, allegedly shared the situation with DJ Academics, who has a history of tension with Cardi. Around that time, a source claimed Offset believed Cardi had been involved with Stefon while she was pregnant, saying he discovered messages and photos on her phone and then relayed the information to Academics. Some online voices even went as far as comparing Stefon to Offset, pointing out both men's reputations for having complicated dating histories. Now, with rumors swirling about Cardi and Stefon being engaged, insiders say Offset isn't taking it well at all. In fact, reports suggest he may be threatening to stall the divorce in order to delay any chance of Cardi legally remarrying. Cardi previously mentioned that Offset had already been making the divorce process difficult, suggesting it was his way of reacting to her moving forward with her life. This might also explain his recent online comment implying Stefon and Cardi's baby could legally be considered his under Georgia law, since he and Cardi are still married. On paper. After social media backlash, the message was deleted, but that didn't stop speculation that Offset was still causing issues behind the scenes. Things escalated when Cardi publicly expressed that she'd been dealing with ongoing harassment for over a year, saying the situation had gotten to a point where she felt unsafe. She hinted that she had receipts that could damage Offset's image and warned that things could get messy with a single upload if he didn't stop. Cardi has said before that Offset does things intentionally to upset her, leading her to call out his behavior online, only for him to dismiss her as overreacting. Through all the noise, one thing is clear: Cardi is ready to protect her peace, and she's no longer interested in playing into the drama.
Like, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Sometimes I sleep and I wonder, like, yo, this is not normal.
She also revealed that his ongoing behavior has been causing her significant stress, making it harder for her to stay focused and at peace. According to her, the constant tension and back and forth have taken a toll on her well-being, adding unnecessary anxiety during an already challenging time in her life.
Stand on loyalty, you know what I mean? We stand on real deal loyalty. And, you know, sometimes that shit ain't displayed. And this ain't got nothing to do with no label, no paperwork, no QC, no nothing. This got something to do with the three brothers. And shit, that is what it is. Right now, we gonna be the duo till time tell.
Cardi has been open about how the ongoing tension has affected her, especially during pregnancy, which makes everything feel heavier and more stressful. And the way things have been unfolding, you would think she was the one who did something wrong in the marriage rather than the one trying to move forward. Now it seems she's matching the same energy Offset has been throwing her way, because that tweet about having dirt on him may not have been just talk. Rumors are circulating that she's finally prepared to reveal information that could embarrass him, including claims about situations he allegedly shared with people close to him. Social media has run with these rumors, especially when names like Quavo get dragged into the conversation, even though Offset himself once clarified there was no blood relation between them despite being referred to as cousins. He explained last year that he grew up with Quavo and Takeoff, meeting them in school and forming a bond that later turned into the foundation of Migos. Quavo was Takeoff's uncle, but they were only a few years apart, and Offset's cousin title was more of a childhood nickname than a biological fact. Still, fans couldn't help noticing how complicated things looked whenever the same people were seen with the same women, which led to endless online mess and speculation. At one point, when Offset was being dragged for rumors involving another woman, an old clip resurfaced showing Quavo in a moment with the same person, adding more fuel to the fire. Many fans believe that this type of behind-the-scenes tension played a major role in the Migos drifting apart long before anyone addressed it publicly. For a long time, people assumed it was Offset versus Quavo and Takeoff, but later interviews hinted that the real friction was mainly between Offset and Quavo, while Takeoff remained neutral and respectful toward both sides. The unfollows on social media only made the public tension more obvious, and even though Takeoff always tried to keep things peaceful, and in past interviews he made it clear that no matter what happened, they were still family. He supported Quavo during the tension, but also didn't seem interested in choosing sides, which showed he wasn't deeply involved in whatever disagreements were unfolding behind the scenes. For a long time, fans assumed the Migos split was connected to Offset wanting to leave their label or possibly issues over contracts, but Quavo later hinted that it wasn't about business at all, it was about loyalty and personal boundaries. Rumors swirled online about disagreements involving relationships and misunderstandings, and while nothing was ever officially confirmed, many fans believed something private had caused a deep rift between Quavo and Offset long before the public heard anything. This also sparked new interpretations of lyrics from Quavo's song, Messy, where he referenced feeling betrayed by someone close to him. For a long time, listeners wondered who or what the line was aimed at, and social media tried to connect dots that were never confirmed by anyone involved. Now, with Cardi stepping into her own chapter and no longer staying silent about the emotional strain she has faced, people believe she may be ready to share her side of everything she has kept private. She already hinted she has information that could shift the public narrative, and fans think she's preparing to make it clear she's done being targeted or blamed for situations she didn't create. Offset may have thought the conversation would always stay tilted in his favor, but the tide is turning, and Cardi is no longer choosing to keep the peace at her own expense. She's thriving, focused on her future, and refusing to let old drama weigh her down. If she decides to speak openly, the story could change quickly, and the next chapter of this saga is already looking intense. This is one of those moments where the tea might not just spill, it might overflow.